Hey viewers, welcome to another game with the Casual Pro Gamer. Yeah, the sound may be a little bit off there, but it should be okay. Today we're doing a Shyvana game played by Fnatic Mellisan, who is normally the support player on Fnatic. Yeah, I had a request for... oh come on, what's his name? The jungler. I forgot his name. It doesn't matter. Cyanide, that's his name. Yeah, he doesn't post any replay, so this is also an old replay, so we may have some lags going on. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Cyanide apparently not putting out any replays, and the only way to get his gameplay is from a stream. But yeah, I really wanted to have the full control over the camera, because that way I can do a whole lot more with the video instead of just watching what they watch. But we'll see. So we are going to have a whole team spread out here. So Mellisan making fun of the rocks there. Sivir over here guarding these raids, and our Shyvana is trying to guard the blue. Obviously they can still come in from the top here and go in this way, but we are going to assume that that isn't the case. So no invasion here from the enemy team. They're starting off with golems here. Never seen that actually. Normally people start off with the raids into red, and red is actually, yeah, nobody's going to assist on red. That's the problem. That's why he's starting off with the wolves. Oh no, with the golems. So he's going to do all of the small camps, then go back and then go from there. So starting off with the burnout here as level 1 skill, which gives you extra movement speed as well as AoE damage surrounding you. So the AoE damage isn't that good, but the movement speed is excellent. Yeah, for now we're just farming here against Singed, obviously, and Singed is a lot better at farming these early minion waves, and he's already level 2. So Singed started off with his poison trail, and yeah, Shyvana getting most of those minions. Not every one of them, but yeah, the poison trail is really hard to deal with as a farm tool. If he has enough armor, he can actually make that work. Yeah, he is 42 armor, so 17 additional armor from his runes and masteries, which means that Shyvana cannot do a whole lot against this, because she cannot go aggressive on him. He won't really feel the damage, and yeah, the 47 armor on oh no, 42 magic resist, I should say, of Shyvana are not enough to just run into the poison trail and harass the Singed. And the two junglers actually meeting there, and they are going to get the first blood here. And is she going to get out? No, she's not going to get out. So if she turned around and got a few shots off on this Skarner, they would have picked up the double kill, but not so much now. The enemy is now able to do that, but yeah, because he's very low, Skarner doesn't dare doing that. So yeah, this is a really risky situation for Mellisan to be in. If one of the enemies comes around the back, he is definitely dead. But nobody is there. So yeah, that wasn't the worst exchange ever because they got first blood, but it was definitely not the way they would have liked it to go. So now at least she's she has an assist. I'm not sure if this guy has an assist as well. I'm assuming he does, but oh, he actually got the kill. Never mind. So she's even more behind now. And that means that Sinch is going to be able to push a little harder even. And yeah, we see Shyvana just trying to maintain the lane, trying to not get damaged by the poison trail, not get damaged by Singed, and not really managing to pick up a whole lot of minions here. I think Singed is well ahead, 21 to 19. Wow, Singed hasn't been getting a lot of the minion kills with his poison trail, so he's been killing them quickly, but not actually getting the last hits. Because, yeah, we can see the minions that that Shyvana is getting, but we cannot see the minions that that Singed actually last hits because of his poison trail. So yeah, not too far behind then. I thought she was way further behind than she actually was. And yeah, all of these minions getting pushed into your turret is never good. Even if you're the best last hitter versus a turret in the world, some of the minions just cannot be cannot be killed by you. So it is always better to, well, not deal with that situation. Obviously, there's not a lot she can do about that at this moment. The ultimate is up, so we are going to see that ultimate used in hopefully not too long. Depends on whether or not the Singed is going to stay at low health at some point, because the ultimate on itself doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but combined with, for example, burnout, it can do pretty well, as well as the twin bite. No, not the twin bite. I meant the flame breath. The flame breath, yeah, that can hit through the, not only the minions but also your opponent, so he cannot really hide behind the minions anymore. And because she has very aggressive summoners, Exhaust and Ignite, she should do pretty well in a one-on-one fight, assuming that she starts off at higher health. And at this point that is not the case, because Singed still has a healing potion and Shyvana does not. So as we can see, this is a hard lane, freezing the lane there very nicely. Oh, not actually freezing, but yeah, holding off the lane before it went into the turret, and assuming that the Singed actually went home here. Oh, he didn't. So the pushing is now going to cost her a little bit, because now Singed can actually reach her, where when she was still behind the turret that was a lot harder to do, obviously. The twin bite is excellent for getting those last hits. Allows you to hit twice, and yeah, that is just a big advantage you get. So going for the Wriggle's Lantern here, which adds armor, and I would have expected some magic resist instead, but okay, sure. It does add a good amount of lifesteal, I guess. And yeah, with the 12% lifesteal, you get 12 life for every hit. Plus more even for your Q, because it deals physical damage. And I'm pretty sure it triggers lifesteal, so. So yeah, getting some easy last hits here without Singed in the lane. Singed will be back shortly, however, and yeah, there is a TF ultimate going down. And yeah, Skarner coming in, so I don't know if they were going for her. But no, TF was going bottom lane. So not so much. The top lane is relatively free from ganks so far. I mean, except for the one that happened over here. Well, the first blood. And even now, yeah, the Skarner came in, but realized that she had a ward out, so no big deal. Yeah, Skarner is coming in right now, as you saw, but it's not going to result in anything because of the ultimate. And yeah, that's an ultimate for an ultimate, so it's not a bad trade. Definitely not a bad trade for Shyvana here. Because Shyvana's ult will be up really quickly. She has to hit, well, 20 times. I think she even gets it from her spells as well. Oh, attacks generate 2 fury, never mind. And Shyvana gains 1 fury every 1.5 seconds while in human form. So I'm not sure. The yeah, apparently not as quickly as I thought it was, but because normally the basic attacks give you 5 fury for most of the champions that actually use fury. But yeah, that would be really overpowered, I guess, for Shyvana, because she uses her fury so aggressively with her ultimate. And she gets such huge advantages when she actually is in dragon form. So once again a gank coming in, but once again the ultimate is up and she can actually go aggressive on these guys for a little bit. Oh, but that wasn't really the way she wanted that to happen. And I wish I could rewind, because I wanted to see what actually happened there. Did Skarner use his ultimate again? And why didn't she use her ultimate all the way across? Because I think she only used it for a very short amount of distance. But I'm not sure. And since I cannot rewind, I cannot show you again what happened. Oh, let's get back to there. Oh, come on, Lee Sin. Couldn't even pick that one up. So, Shyvana coming back in now, going to farm up these last few minions. And currently 0 and 2. Not the best thing to have. The really aggressive ganks from the enemy jungler, and I still don't understand why the ultimate was so short. Maybe I just underestimated, or maybe if you bump into someone. No. Yeah, well, they get knocked towards her target location, but it doesn't say it actually slows her down at all. I don't know. So at least she becomes tankier and tankier as the game progresses, so it will be much harder to kill her in the later game because of the passive on her ultimate. And yeah, the passive on her ultimate will obviously increase with the level of the ultimate. So one more level and then we have maybe 10 more armor and magic resist, something like that, I don't know. But it does seem that it is a pretty big deal to get that. So once again going back, mid lane is deserted, has a bunch of minions there. But yeah, nobody to pick up those minions. So yeah, it's time for Kassadin to go back to his lane. And he should be able to pick those minions up. Oh, come on. Hurry, man. There we go. So yeah, that's a large amount of gold. You should really try to take those kind of gold thingies. Because it is of course really important to not waste any gold for your team. So even if you are trying to gank, if the gank fails, you should immediately go back to your lane or go do something else. Don't stand around waiting for things to happen unless you have a good reason to do so. And yeah, once again, the Singe just poisoning everything and then running out. So yeah, there's not a whole lot happening here in the top lane unless the jungler comes by, because, well, as you might have noticed, these are two very tanky, very hard to gank champions. So both of them don't really have sustain, but they do both have a lot of armor and magic resist. So it is really hard to, well, just get the kill. And Twisted Fate coming in. Is he going to manage to do anything here? Yeah, well, do a little bit of damage to the ignite. And no, not actually going to escape here. Well, going into dragon form, and once again, very short distance only, but she is going to pick up that kill. So she does get a killing spree there. And the Singed might actually die. Well, he is going to die. And Shyvana gets an assist on that. So excellently played by Kassadin. And yeah, once again the very short ultimate making that she actually died. Had she used a longer ultimate in this direction, Twisted Fate would be over here. She may have been able to just live and, well, probably not get the kill. Yeah, so I'm not saying that would have been better, it's just that it may have been better. So are we going for dragon? Because yeah, Lee Sin was going in for dragon there just a little bit ago, yeah. But he couldn't do it on his own, so he needed some help from someone. And yeah, they're going to get a very easy dragon there. So yeah, large team fight somewhere. Can't really find it. Still can't find it. I don't know where all the dead bodies are. So. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I'm trying to watch the minimap whenever I had nothing to do, but sometimes, like here now, you will only see one of the circles when there are in fact 3 champions there. Because of the size of the circles. And obviously that prevents me from seeing what's going on where. And yeah, I should probably, I should actually, that's what I should do, but I don't like to do that. I should script this, so, or rather watch it and then see what's going on where. And that would be the ultimate way of casting, but really that is not my style. I try to do things as they come. And yes, every now and then I miss something. People always complain a lot about that, but if you really complain a lot about that, try it yourself. Try to watch a replay, talk over it, so actually explain what's going on, and then yeah, see how much you will miss and how useful you will be on the camera. So anyhow, the jungler was coming in, the enemy jungler also coming in, and they are going to get some damage done on the Singed, but Singed is so unkillable that it is not going to result in anything. And even with the mid player coming in, they're not going to manage to pick him off. And now, no, he's still alive, and he is just going to kill everyone. Wow. That was fail on a stick. Yeah, that was definitely not good. The fact that the enemy jungler that was there was a definite, yeah, thing they didn't want and didn't expect. And then not only that happened, but also the Twisted Fate came in, and then their fate was sealed and it was twisted. No, they all died because of that. The jungler, being there, yeah, they went in a little bit too far for the, yeah, well, when you could obviously see that Singed wasn't going to die, they still went into turret range, and yeah, instead should have backed out and regrouped, done something different with their lives, and they still went in too far, overextended, and I think the Shyvana got either ulted into turret range or got ulted by the Skarner, because she was in turret range for quite a long time. That's why I think she got ulted by Skarner. But yeah, I couldn't really make it out with all of these graphical effects. It's yeah, it's kind of hard to see what's going on when you have the burnout on the dragon form and then the ultimate from Skarner. Something will get lost in that. So they are going to manage to pick off the Skarner this time. I'm assuming no summoners used there, even though they probably would have been able to pick that off. Oh, that was nicely done by Corki, and once again we are in some trouble here. So getting healed by Sona for a little bit, and Singed coming in here to just annoy them a little bit. I don't think he was actually looking for a kill there. But Shyvana doing what she does best. Jungle. And is now going to go back into her lane. Maybe going to do one more jungle camp. Yeah, 5 Fury would have definitely been severe overkill if I see how fast this bar is filling up. That would be kind of ridiculous. So we see Wit's End and Phage now on her. Phage is probably going to turn into a frozen mallet, because having a slow on her would be really good, because she has no crowd control effects, no slows, no stuns. And so the only thing she really has is just damage. So combining that with the slow from Frozen Mallet would be awesome, obviously. And I'm assuming that's what she's going for. So, yeah, large team fight again, but so much HP on everyone, well, except for Corki, so Corki dies. Uh, but so much HP on 3 of the enemy champions that it is really hard to actually kill them. Because Singed has loads of HP, Skarner has loads of HP, and who's the last guy? Oh, the last guy wasn't really there. I thought there were 3, but there are only 2. Because it seems that every time there's something happens, well, they cannot kill them, but no, that's not the case. They can actually kill 3 of them and will be unable to kill 2 of them. So my mistake there. So yeah, Twisted Fate, Corki and Soraka can still be killed, although Soraka, yeah, she just gives a huge amount of armor to someone, which plus HP, which generally results in a very tanky character too. So yeah, Skarner is not going to win against Shyvana. But yeah, if the whole enemy team is here, Shyvana is not going to win that. Oh man. That was a 2 versus 2 fight, and then all of a sudden 4 enemies were there. Too good. So it's 10 to 18 now. They lost several dragons. They are behind in most lanes, I think, in minion kills. So once again go aggressive with her ultimate instead of trying to get out. Don't think it would have worked, but at least she could have tried. And Sona is dead as well. Unless Singed screws this up. No, he does not. Oh, this guy almost dying as well. He's at 60 health. So yeah, nobody is positive except for Kassadin. And on the enemy team, everyone's positive. Even Soraka. Yeah, that's not a good situation to be in. 11 kills behind. Yeah, the enemy really hasn't pushed the lanes too much. I mean, they have 4 towers down against 0, which is a good amount, but I think their dominance should have resulted in more than just 4 towers. So Shyvana going in first here, going to do some damage on this enemy team, but oh, Kassadin too far forward and doesn't manage to do anything with that except dying. And yeah, as I said, the replay system really dislikes the older replays. So every now and then this happens. Let me just follow her around for a bit. Actually see if this is going anywhere. No, it is becoming a slideshow. So hang on, I paused the game, making sure that it can catch up. And there we go. No, as soon as I unpause it, it lags again. Oh, I hate these old replays, man. There's nothing I can do about this. So you can follow the FPS in the top right corner in case you're interested. We're currently at 2. And yeah, we have spikes upwards, but it's mostly very, very bad. Yeah, let's just continue and see what happens. Shyvana gets killed, almost getting the taking the Corki with her, but Corki not going down there. And this game is almost over anyway, so I mean, there's nothing. Oh, that's That's cyanide. So we do have cyanide in this one. The Ansi Petri. That's cyanide apparently. The Corky. Yeah, and he got out at no HP at all. So we are currently at a reasonable amount of FPS. It's supposed to be 30, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's supposed to be 30. And it is dipping between 15 and 30. Currently between 15 and 20. But from 20 on outwards, we can see pretty much what's going on in the game. 30 would be the best for YouTube, because YouTube actually works at 30. So getting anything higher would be a waste of my hard disk space and a waste of my uploading time. And yeah, they completely get dominated by this enemy team, because they can just take out the carries. Just like this. They can just pick up one of the carries, and with these two tanky characters that just won't die, there is nothing they can do about that. That's a current, yeah, not a bug, but a design flaw in the game, that you can easily get very tanky characters that can still do a lot of damage or have a lot of CC, like Skarner. Skarner has a ridiculous way of being able to pick out one enemy champion with his ultimate. And yeah, by using that he can actually, well, or by building a lot of HP and armor and such, so tanky champion, he can really utilize that to just pick off one of the enemy carries with his team. And yeah, that's just ridiculous. There's nothing you can do about that. There's no item that will allow you to get that. There is one champion that will allow you to get that, and that is Vayne, which is also why she is so popular in high ELO, because she is the only one that can deal with the super high tanky characters by doing like 10% of their health in true damage. So armor doesn't work, and even HP doesn't work. So yeah, the enemy team is going to just own their base now. There's no doubt they will win at this point. Yeah, as you can see, the two characters that are still, yeah, well, there are 3 alive, but yeah, only Shyvana can actually do something, because Sivir gets taken down immediately, and yeah, really all of the others just die instantly. Anyhow, yeah, this was a relatively interesting game in the beginning, when all was still about equal, but that went to hell in a handbag pretty quickly. And once the enemy team is, or one of the teams is very far ahead, the game really isn't that interesting anymore, in my opinion. But anyway, that's my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. GG.